7 secret weaknesses of women every man should know. Have you ever noticed that some guys seem to have a magic formula when talking to women, while others can barely exchange a few words without turning the conversation into a disaster? It feels like those guys were born with some sort of superpower, right? But it has nothing to do with luck or looks. The secret is simple. They've learned to understand emotions and press the right buttons. It's not manipulation. It's knowing how to play the emotional game. Women, just like us, have emotional vulnerabilities, those little things that make them open up or truly connect. And when you learn to notice these details, your conversations stop being mere chit-chat and become genuine connections. You don't need tricks or cheesy lines, just genuine attention. Think about it. If you knew understanding this could transform your love life, wouldn't you want that superpower too? Let me be honest. For years, I was the let's just be friends guy. I tried everything, but something always seemed to be missing. It was only when I started to notice the emotional side and made a few small changes that everything turned around. And trust me, it's nothing complicated. There's simple adjustments anyone can make if they're willing to. That's how I went from being the side character to the main protagonist in my own stories. So, are you ready to take charge and make your conversations flow naturally and captivatingly? What you're about to learn here isn't cheap magic or some cookie-cutter formula. It's a practical guide to creating real connections based on real experiences. If that sounds good to you, then let's embark on this journey, because the next level of your love life starts now. First weakness, the need to feel heard. You know that feeling when you're talking to someone and they're just waiting for their turn to speak? It's frustrating, right? Now imagine how women feel. They don't just want you to hear them. They want to feel that you care, that what they're saying actually matters. And, my friend, that's the secret to building trust and a true connection, really listening. Imagine she's sharing something important, like a work problem or a special memory. If you just nod and say, got it, it's over. But if you ask questions, validate her feelings, and show sincere interest, the game changes. A simple wow, that must have been really tough for you to deal with, shows you're truly present. It may seem small, but it makes a huge difference. I remember a day where I did this almost accidentally. She was talking about how balancing work and personal life was draining her energy. I just let her speak, nodded here and there, and at the end, she said, "Wow, you really listened to me." Almost no one does that. That was a wake-up call in a good way. I realized that listening is a powerful tool that almost no one uses properly. Want to stand out? Let go of the need to fix things or impress her. Learn to listen, to let her talk without rushing. Use a well-timed silence or a sincere validation to show you're truly connected. These are the things that stick in her memory and make you the guy she doesn't forget. Second weakness, vulnerability during low self-esteem moments. Even the most confident woman has days when her self-esteem falters. This happens because society constantly bombards them with absurd standards and pressures that shouldn't even exist. And no, you don't need to be the hero who saves the day. Just being the guy who notices and offers sincere support is enough. This kind of sensitivity creates something few can offer: emotional security. Think about this. She makes a comment like, "I look awful today," or "I think I messed up at work." While many would joke about it or change the subject, you can flip the script with a sentence that shows you see deeper. "I can see how much effort you put into things, and that's something I've always admired about you." It might seem small, but it's powerful. These are the moments that show you're genuinely tuned in. I remember a friend who was devastated after a job interview didn't go well. Everyone else threw out the usual, "It'll be fine," but I went further. I reminded her of how she'd overcome much bigger challenges before and told her I admired her resilience. Her expression changed instantly. It was like I'd reignited a light she'd forgotten she had. This isn't about being the perfect guy or inventing compliments. It's about using moments of vulnerability to remind her of her strength. This not only deepens your connection, but also shows her that you see her for who she truly is, someone flawed but incredible nonetheless. Third weakness, the need for recognition and emotional validation. Everyone wants to feel recognized, right? But for many women, this is even more important. From a young age, they're taught to take care of everything and everyone, yet they almost never get credit for it. Now, when you're the guy who notices and validates their efforts, you instantly set yourself apart, becoming that rare person who truly pays attention. Think of a situation where she organizes an amazing dinner or handles a tough work problem. Most guys would just give a generic thanks or not even notice. But if you say something like, "I can tell how much effort you put into this. It's incredible," you're not just thanking her, you're acknowledging the care and dedication behind it. That's pure gold. I remember when my girlfriend at the time was working tirelessly to organize a big project at her job. When she finished, I asked how she felt about the outcome and praised her dedication. She got so emotional that she admitted no one had ever said that to her. Not her boss, not her family. Sometimes the most obvious things are what need to be said the most. Showing recognition isn't about exaggerating or forcing compliments. It's about being observant and sincere. Noticing what others overlook creates a unique connection. And the best part? It's not just her who feels special. You become unforgettable too, the kind of guy who doesn't just say thank you, but truly values what she does. That changes everything. Fourth weakness: sensitivity to gestures of protection and safety. Women don't need a savior, but they do want to feel like they're with someone who offers both emotional and physical security. It's not about weakness or dependence. It's about creating a sense of support and trust. When you show that you're present and attentive, she realizes she can count on you. This builds a strong foundation for any kind of relationship. And the best part? It doesn't take grand, heroic gestures. Simple things like walking on the outer side of the sidewalk or offering her your jacket on a cold night make a world of difference. These small details show that you genuinely care about her well-being. It's the kind of attitude that says a lot about who you are without needing words. I remember once noticing that a friend was uncomfortable in a crowded bar. Instead of ignoring it, I asked if she'd prefer to go somewhere quieter. She was surprised because she felt I was tuned into her needs without her having to say anything. Moments like these create a level of trust that sticks with someone. Here's the key. Being protective isn't about being the tough guy. It's about being reliable and present. Whether it's listening when she needs to vent, solving a problem together, or just making sure she feels comfortable around you. These gestures make you the guy she feels safe to be herself with, without fear of judgment. Fifth weakness: attraction to men who show balanced vulnerability. Forget the outdated notion that a real man has to be a rock who shows no emotion. The truth is, women deeply connect with men who allow themselves to be human. Showing vulnerability doesn't make you weak, it makes you real. And when you balance that vulnerability with confidence, you become unforgettable. For instance, opening up about a challenge you faced, like a mistake or a loss, can create an instant connection. This isn't about playing the victim, but showing that you've faced difficulties, learned from them, and moved forward. Doing so shows you're authentic and resilient, an incredibly attractive combination. One time, on a date, I talked about losing a job and how it made me rethink my priorities. That opened up space for her to share something personal as well. I realized then that by being vulnerable, I had created an environment of trust and admiration. But here's the trick. It's all about balance. Opening up doesn't mean appearing needy or lost. The idea is to show that you're secure enough to expose your feelings while also being in control of your life. This type of authenticity is rare and irresistible, combining strength and sensitivity in just the right way. Sixth weakness: the desire for surprises and novelty that break routine. Routine is like a comfortable pair of socks. Useful, but no one gets excited about them. When it comes to relationships, breaking that monotony with surprises is the key to keeping the spark alive. Women love novelty. It doesn't have to be expensive or extravagant, but it should be creative and, most importantly, unexpected. This mix of surprise and excitement creates lasting memories. For example, why not take her somewhere she's never been? Or plan something simple, like a picnic with her favorite snacks? A friend of mine nailed it when he took his girlfriend to a nearby park to stargaze. He simply said, "I've got something special planned for tonight." No luxury involved, just a meaningful moment. That's where the magic happens. What many women truly value is spontaneity. The feeling that something special could happen at any moment, even on the most ordinary days. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. The gesture matters less than the intention behind it, showing her that you want to keep the relationship vibrant and full of energy. It strengthens your bond and creates great stories to share. Think of surprises as little injections of adrenaline into the relationship. They show you're dynamic, attentive, and committed to creating amazing experiences. Ultimately, it's not about what you do, but about how you make her feel special. And that, my friend, is a game you're guaranteed to win. Seventh weakness: men who inspire personal growth. Women don't want an Instagram hero full of empty motivational quotes. They're looking for a partner who truly inspires them. Someone who practices what they preach, is constantly evolving, and by doing so, naturally encourages those around them to grow too. Showing ambition, balance, and purpose is far more powerful than any hollow motivational speech. Inspiration doesn't always have to be direct. Here's an example. A friend of mine decided to learn guitar at 30, even though he knew nothing about music. His girlfriend, who had been putting off a photography class for years, finally took the plunge and signed up. Just seeing him try something new motivated her. That's the kind of impact you can have without even realizing it. Encouraging growth is also about creating a positive environment. It could be as simple as saying, "You're really good at that. You should go for it," or sharing something that helped you, like a book or an insight that changed your perspective. When she sees that you believe in her potential, it builds trust and fosters mutual motivation. It's not about being perfect, but about being consistent. When you live in alignment with your values and are always striving to improve, she'll not only admire you, but will also want to grow alongside you. This combination of support and inspiration transforms a relationship into something much greater, a partnership that elevates both of you. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more content like this. And don't miss the next video playing on the screen now.